dig it, sucker! I don't think we're live yet, because on the computer, there it is. It says we're live now. You didn't even get to see the opening video of the Raw Loaf. Oh my god, that's loud. All right, so hopefully the chat's working this week. You can call me the Raw Loaf. Welcome to the Raw Loaf. So I'm gonna start off again this week. Hopefully I didn't mess up this microphone too bad, but really quick, just so we can get this thing going. Hey, what's up, Kevin? Oh, it's working. Sorry I missed your messages last week, Kevin. I felt kind of bad. All right. So Becky Lynch, just really quick, rating system last week. Becky Lynch had 102 points. Tonight, she earned a few. She appeared, because she's the champion. She gets the championship bonus plus 5. Then we get the live appearance because she was there live. That's plus 3, and then plus 2 for her little, like, it's, you know, I kind of feel like she repeats herself quite a bit, but as time went on, especially after she took the microphone away from Chuck, and then she had her little brawl with with Lacey Evans, and they had those creepy refs like letting them go. It's weird, like the refs, like, there's like 4 guys, and they can't hold back one girl, and then they're holding her, and then they let her go and back up so she can run and I guess get sweatier, and then touch her again. I don't know. It's weird. But anyway, so Becky's at 112. Baron Corbin, I put Baron Corbin and AJ Styles down because last week they were the top 2 on the Raw, on Raw, basically. In contendership, but AJ Styles is gonna get the the match tonight. They signed the match between him and Seth Rollins, but it's good to keep score because you never know what might happen to AJ Styles. So Baron Corbin plus 3 for the appearance because he appeared live, and then plus 1 because he got the crowd to boo him. So that's the anti-charisma. And then he wrestled in a match, so he gets 4 points for that. I'm going to put wrestle. And then he lost. So he loses 3 points. Because he lost. And then, because he did go a while, he gets plus 1. Oh, jeez. Oh, he gets a point because he lasted. So, what do we got here? 29 plus 3 is 32. Plus 1 is 33. He's back at 29. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. 8. 37 minus 3, 34 plus 1. So he's at 35. That's his new score rate. See? Now it's kind of neat having something that we can all track. So in the WWE says, well, Charlotte's going to get a match, or just John Cena, he gets a match. No, it doesn't work like that anymore because the Raw Loaf has the Raw ranking system, and you're going to have to deal with the WWE. So let's not talk about this ranking system until the very end of the show. We're going to talk a little bit about what happened on Raw tonight. So they're at the University of Kentucky. I don't know if you've ever been to Kentucky. I have. Actually, I have been to the University of Kentucky. I saw a Wildcats game there. It was pretty fun. I was also there. I stopped in Louisville, Kentucky, and I saw a women's volleyball game. I don't know. We just decided to go see it. That was fun. Enough of my boring history of Kentucky. Well, I did work out of there when I was a flight attendant, so that was cool. So Alexa Bliss comes out. Like, there was really no point to, like, a moment of bliss. She was out there in the ring. She came out, and all she literally did was just announce everybody, all the guys, and then the guys came in, and that was her role. Okay. But later on, there was another moment of bliss, and it really showed the difference between men and women. Anyways, so it's Braun Strowman, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, and Baron Corbin are the Raw entrant. No, I don't think they're dying. You can't say the WWE's dying. They just haven't hired me yet. Oh! $69,000, WWE. If everybody just tweets the WWE and say, hey, the Raw Loaf will work for you for $69,000 and make your whole company better, maybe they'll hire me. Anyway, so so there's some words exchanged. Baron Corbin comes out. He's like the woman of this group because he comes out and he just starts chit-chatting. The good thing he came out last. My favorite moment from this little chit-chat segment of the moment of bliss, of which she did not facilitate because she was tiny here amongst all these men, and so was Ricochet. But Ricochet is like, hang on, guys, I might need you here. And then Drew McIntyre just says, shut up. And Ricochet's like, oh, okay. It was just like, oh, man. Like, if you want a definition on how to look like a weak man or weak person, period, just look at Ricochet in this segment. So there's more words exchanged, and then Drew's talking, or Baron's talking, and then Braun Strowman decides he wants to be Drew McIntyre, and he just goes, shut up! And it's like, okay, dude, if you want to be cool, you can't be copying those people right after they did it. So Strowman decides that he wants to have a match, because he gets to decide tonight. He wants to have a match with Ricochet taking on Baron Corbin and Drew McIntyre. There was a very important stat that they announced during this match, that 81% of the Money in the Bank winners have become champions. So whoever wins this next Money in the Bank has a chance, pretty good chance. The preponderance, that's the Raw Loafs word of the day. I love that word, preponderance. The vast preponderance is a Money in the Bank winner is going to win a championship of his choosing or her choosing. Ooh, did that include the women's? I don't know. Anyways, so there were 2 commercial breaks before the first 18 minutes of Raw. And as somebody who went to film school and did television production, that's very interesting because at least unless the Nielsen ratings have finally like upgraded themselves, finally, the first 15 minutes of your programming is very important to ratings. And that's why usually when you see Raw or SmackDown, that first segment is usually the longest because they want to have people retained for that first segment. And that's why, like, when you watch the news, usually the first segment is the longest because that's how they garner how many people are actually watching the show. That doesn't make any sense, but whatever. So, but they had 2 commercial breaks. They had it right after a Moment of Bliss before the match started, and during the match, it just kind of like instantly went to commercial break. So that's your segment of The More You Know with the Raw Loaf on television. Anyway, so at one point in this match, my favorite moment is when they're all outside of the ring, and then Baron Corbin just like comes around, runs right up behind Braun Strowman, and gives Braun Strowman the big old forearm to the back. Braun Strowman just like turns around because it is not going to affect Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman's a strong man. But anyways, so Michael Cole says, oh, he shouldn't have done that, as though that was the name of a move. And if I ever become a professional wrestler and my finisher is going to be the tilt-a-whirl backbreaker because that move is badass. It's going to be called he shouldn't have done that. That's going to be the name of the move. Could you imagine? Hold on, okay, I got Roman Reigns right here. He's on SmackDown, so it's cool. So I got him, and then I go, oh, it's the Raw Loaf. Oh, he shouldn't have done that. All right, that's me living my dream. Are you living your dream? Probably not. So Ricochet for the first 14 or so minutes of this match is just getting walloped on, and then he finally gets the tag. I wrote down Braun's shoulder post. I'm not sure what that. Oh man! Oh yeah! Braun got whipped right into the shoulder, or into the turnbuckle, and hit his shoulder. It looked pretty bad, but in the end, Drew McIntyre's tired of getting screwed by Baron Corbin and hits Baron Corbin and walks out, leaves his partner in the ring. Unfortunately for the rankings for Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin, Baron Corbin lost 3 points for... Wait, what? Yeah, loses 3 points for the match. So did McIntyre. Screwed them both over. Oh, I'm good. You're living your dream. That's awesome, Kevin. I appreciate that. I'm glad more people really should. So... Yep, they get their win. The David and Goliath, a.k.a. Braun Strowman and Ricochet, get their win. Usos then come out and they are singing their theme song. I'm not exactly sure why they wanted to be R-Truth tonight, but they were, and I guess they're living their dream too. And then the music stopped, and then it started up again, and then they started to get the crowd to try to sing it again, and I don't know, it was pretty awkward. But if I was in the crowd, I would be kind of drunk, and I would have been day one-ish and all over in my aisle. So... and then they're facing the Good Brothers, and this whole, like, they sit here for weeks, and then they talk, there's going to be a superstar shakeup, but look, we're going to keep featuring matches with the same groups or teams or wrestlers that you could have seen a couple weeks ago. $69,000, WWE, that's all I want. That's not independent contractor money either. That's employment money. Okay. So they have their match with the Good Brothers. Oh, the Good Brothers. You know, they came up. They made fun of the Usos. That's how you get character points. And they lost. I thought they were going to win it. They were coming down pretty strong on the Usos. The Usos come back at the last second, and they win. And then they have a special treat for us. I don't know if you want to call it a special treat, because we saw two naked, sweaty men who haven't even had a wrestling match yet in the backstage, in the showers, and nothing but towels and shaving cream and a razor. But I've had my back shaved, full disclosure. It's pretty nice. There's no reason why anybody should be making fun of them, because it feels pretty good. Oh boy. But the thing is that the Usos were like less than like 8 to 10 feet away from them as they were shaving their backs, and they were talking and having a good old time. And I was like, how can they not hear him? Anyways, you finally have a girlfriend. That's not funny, is it? That should be a good thing, I would think. Hopefully it's a good thing. Hopefully you're not laughing. Unless it's not a girlfriend, unless she's a cougar or something, and she's buying all your stuff for you. That's pretty sweet. Way to go, Kevin. So, next up we had the Miz TV. And, he's out there pretty, we've seen this Miz plenty of times. It's kind of weird seeing him as a good guy. But then he has his, oh man, I'm bleh. So he comes out. He has the. I wanted to wear this because the Miz had his outfit, and this is the only thing that could complete his outfit. And I want his outfit just so I can wear. I'm wearing them wrong. Hold on 1 second, because you need to imagine this. There you go. I saw Hellboy last night, but that did not inspire this. The Miz's outfit inspired this. And Bobby Lashley, you want to talk about earning some points. Bobby Lashley said, even your father thinks you're worthless. Woo! Woo! After he ate Leo Rush, he still has the brains and the wits to come up with one-liners that can destroy a man's stability, as he did to The Miz tonight. And The Miz got mad and he attacked Bobby Lashley. Well, nope, here comes the money. Oh, well, he attacked Bobby Lashley, and then they had a match. And then during the match, that's when Shane McMahon came out, because he has the money, and distracted The Miz. The Miz was like the Vegas Golden Knights last week when they could not win their game because there was a bad call made on them, and they lost all their professional bearing, and they let the Sharks score like 4 goals in 4 minutes, and they got all mad. And it's like, well, if you were professionals, it wouldn't matter. But The Miz, I like The Miz, but he lost all professional bearing, and that's his fault, and that's why he loses points on his what the heck? Oh, on his thing. Okay. Yeah. Do you like the Miz's attached? Should I mail these to the Miz? Would that be weird for him to get these in the mail and I just I send him a picture of his outfit that he had on tonight and I just put, hey, this should be your, you need to wear these. I wonder if he would wear them. So anyways, yeah, with the distraction, Bobby Lashley gets a big old spear in on the Miz, beats the Miz 1, 2, 3. Shane McMahon, just who gets to go wherever the Miz is to beat him up, make fun of his dad, shows up and just beats on the Miz, beats him hard. He's done. The Miz, you're done. You got choked out right there in the middle of the ring. You're done by an old man. We hate the McMahons, of course. It's weird. We hate the McMahons so much. That's probably why. What did you say? The WWE is dying. Because we hate the McMahons. That makes sense. We hate the people that own the product. Why would we enjoy the product if we hate the people that owns it? Very good point, Kevin. You would get a point for bringing that up. Good job. Next up, and the it kicks. Why do people keep chanting yes for the it kicks? You should be chanting it. That's just my thoughts. And then they're calling him best in the world, Shane McMahon. He sat on the ground and he was all, hold on. I'm using this for the Miz because the Miz, he got buried tonight. So Shane McMahon is sitting there. He's got the microphone. He's cradling the Miz. Oh, Miz baby, he's sleeping. And then I'm just sitting there thinking, oh man, he's really doing the pipe bomb gimmick that CM Punk did. It's like, we hate you, CM Punk, but we're going to do everything to keep you around. What is that? Metaphysically? Is I don't know what that word really means. In spirit. We're going to do everything to keep you around in spirit. So the Lucha House Party then comes out after the Viking Raiders come out. The Lucha House Party ambushes them because that's fair. 3 against 2 guys. That doesn't make the Lucha House Party look good at all. So Eric worked a little bit of his own lucha into his match. Usually when the lucha wrestlers are like, they do all their lucha stuff, like the guy that they're doing it to has to like help them move around them. It's kind of weird. Like, why would you do that? But Eric like picked up Kalisto and caught him and then spun him around and turned him upside down and caught him and then slammed him onto the ground. And I was like, wow. And then they come out and they do the Viking experience, the evil demon Viking that I am right now. They hit it's upside ice. What's happening? I don't know. We're talking about Raw. So, yeah. Lince Dorado, they kept saying he like wasn't in the match, but Lince Dorado was up on the apron and he was going nuts, like wanting a tag. And I'm just like, what is going on? WWE, I only charge you $69,000 a year. Just come and let me make things operate correctly for you. $69,000 a year. That's it. So, but anyway, so I think they ended up pinning Kalisto by doing the Viking experience. Sorry, I keep wanting to delete that name out of my head, but I can't because it's so bad. It's one of those car wrecks. So, yeah, they beat the Lucha House Party, and then Lince Dorado goes in there. He actually starts beating him up, and I'm like, why didn't you do this during the match? Even though they were saying he wasn't in the match, he sure acted like he was. And then they hit the Viking experience on him, and that was it. And then they didn't do it to him. They did the heart attack to him. I guess they're going to call it the Viking attack, but they did a modified version of the heart attack, and they earned a lot of points. That's what you got to do to get on the Rank Loaf's points here. Then the women come out. Alexa comes out for her next moment of bliss, and she starts to get mad at the girl. Like, Natalia's the first one out. Natalia just immediately grabs the mic and goes, I deserve this. I'm going to be the best. And Alexa's looking at her like, what are you doing? And then Dana Brooke comes out and goes, everybody been holding me back. I don't know why they all sound like Southerners. But she's like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And then Natalia's like, I wasn't holding you back. You were holding yourself back. And God, now that I'm doing this, I kind of wish that's how the girls talked. Or at least they talked in this segment, because even Alexa Bliss was getting annoyed, because it was just like, why are y'all talking? And then Naomi comes out. She's the third member. And then it is revealed that Alexa Bliss is the fourth member. And then another thing that made absolutely no sense at all. And I think I should take points away from Naomi for this, because I don't get it. She just is like, oh yeah, Alexa, how about we have a match right now? And you're in your hosting gear, but let's have a match right now. Alexa's like, I'm not in my gear. I'm hosting a show right now. Naomi's like, I would do it without shoes on. Like, okay. So they just have their match. And Alexa's like trying to wrestle with these shoes. And then I don't know whether to give her a point for this or not, but Naomi at one point had her arms on the top ropes, had her legs up on Alexa. Let's see if I can get some help showing this here. Here's Roman Reigns again, and here's CM Punk. This is Naomi. This is Alexa Bliss. So Alexa's here. CM Punk's will have. I can't bend his knees. Oh, his knees don't bend. But this is how Naomi kind of had Alexa Bliss. This is Naomi. And then she started doing this. Now, I don't know if I'm breaking some sort of YouTube guideline here, but this is exactly what was going on. And that was kind of weird. But that's what happened. I don't know what that did exactly, but good for her for being innovative. And then Alexa, she put her, then Naomi, this is Naomi. Naomi's on the ropes like this. She's on the second rope kneeling. And then Alexa puts her shin up on her back and is shaking her shin, just shaking it. And then Naomi's just sitting there. And it's like, wow, you're not even hitting her. We'll put CM Punk here just because it'll either make people really happy or really mad. But, how many points does Alexa Shoelaces get? I don't know. You would think this. You really shouldn't give somebody points if they can't tie their own shoes. They weren't her shoes, though. Do I take that into consideration? Yeah, at the top right turnbuckle, exactly. But in the end, Alexa loses her shoes. And I'm sure, I don't know, there's some creepy dudes on there on that Twitter, and they sure love Alexa Bliss. I'm sure they lost their minds when Alexa's shoes came off. And then Naomi hit her with the rear view, like it was a big rear view. She got the pin on her. So, congratulations, Naomi, you get more points. Then Becky, I have to talk about the Firefly Funhouse. The show is very poorly produced. WWE, you can hire me for only $69,000 a year, and I will make everything make more sense. I don't know if I will have that kind of creative control being a fat guy on YouTube who talks about wrestling, but I can tell you, I watch 3 movies a week at the movie I go to the movie theater and I watch 3 movies a week. I've watched wrestling my whole life. I've watched a lot of Trailer Park Boys and a lot of Curb Your Enthusiasm. So I don't know if you have people that actually like watch stuff, but oh my gosh, this Firefly segment could have been, it was good, but it could have been so much. No, it wasn't even good. It didn't make any sense. He's talking to the kids and the kids aren't responding until they like have to clap and cheer, but they clap like they're adult peoples. They have like the deepest claps for children I've ever heard in my life. Okay. I love Bray Wyatt and I love this whole thing, but don't ruin it. And then you're probably going to show the same thing on SmackDown tomorrow. And that's another thing I saw on my timeline while Raw was on tonight. Raw, or the WWE network, WWE has their own network where they can put whatever they want. And I thought when the WWE network came out, did you think this as well? I want to know, did you think that when the WWE network came out, there would be tons of original programming? Tons of it. There should have been like 8 shows. Like every like month or something, just give the wrestler the camera and say, hey, go make your own show. We'll show it on the network. They could have it would have been a great experience for all the wrestlers. I mean, they keep trying to get them these acting jobs. Why don't they got a whole network. They could just give them to them. Oh, okay. Hold on. I see somebody talking here. I hope there is a SummerSlam Heatwave live event in Minnesota. Ooh. I hope there is one there for you too, man. So, so Becky Lynch is having an interview in the ring. It's Becky Lynch is kind of, I don't want to sound like a bad guy here, but she's starting to repeat herself quite a bit. The interview didn't get good until she took the microphone away from Chuck, and then Lazy Evans came out, and Lazy Evans came and she came out and talked, and then this is the creepy moment I was talking about. These refs, like, there's 4 of them. So believe it or not, with all these freaking curves I have, I was in the Army at one point, and I took Modern Army Combatives, which at the time was their like fighting hand-to-hand combat stuff. And there was a section of the course where you had to fight 2 guys. And whenever I was on the 2 guys side, whenever I was one of the 2 guys, I would just say, hey, I'm just going to grab their legs. And I would just go over to the other guy and just wrap myself around his legs. And then the other guy could just pound him on top. And I'm like, this is so easy. Why is this such a hard, like, these refs, I don't get what they're doing. Are they afraid of like lawsuits, sexual harassment lawsuits? Because these refs cannot contain these women at all. Like, not even close. And there you got even Fit Finlay out there. He wasn't even, oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know. Hold on. Here we go. Seth and Becky vlogs exclusively on the WWE. Yeah, exactly. That's what, easily. They could get more. People love Becky and people love Seth. If people don't have the network, they would say, hey, give me Becky, give me Seth. I'll buy your $9.99 a month. The Titus Experiments would be a banger of a show. I don't know what kind of show that would be. It's just a football tutorial. like what do you mean? Just Titus talking about football? The basics of football? I guess it could be good. People could be interested in learning about football, I guess. So, Lazy Evan looks weird because she has black lines down her butt. So, next up we have the Major Brothers taking on the Revival. The crowd starts chanting, shave your back, shave your back. And I'm just like, why? Do I have one in here? No. I'm wearing that. Nah. Anyway, so, yeah, they're chanting shave your back. I don't know if you've seen the episode of South Park with the crab people, but a much better chant, which unfortunately people would have to see South Park to know it, but maybe they don't even have to, because I think it's a much better chant. Because they're chanting to him, shave your back, which I said earlier feels amazing. And obviously the people that are trying to mock that obviously have never had it done. And, so that episode of South Park, he's, when these crab people take over, they're trying to get rid of humanity and they're going, crab people, crab people. They could have been chanting, back shaver, back shaver, back shaver. That was a lot funnier when I wrote it down. I'm sorry. Oh, man, and there was one point in this match when Ryder fell on his head, and I thought he was done. Kind of like when Kane pushed him off of the ramp, and he was in his wheelchair. I thought he was done. But luckily, he wasn't. But the Major Brothers got a victory. They've jumped up like 20 points this week or something crazy like that. So good for them. Boys show up. Zayn, in his psychological entitlement speech. I wonder how long Sami Zayn's gonna be out there just ragging on all of us. Let's do a little poll on the Raw Loaf. How will this segment finally come to fruition? Is somebody from the back gonna come out and go, hey, stop picking on these people? Or are we gonna have a Santino Marella moment where somebody in the crowd just goes, hey, what are you doing? You can't be talking to these people like this. What do you think? Leave it in the comments. Tweet me on Twitter. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, Sami Zayn again just came out, said he was there's a 5-year-old that came up to get a um autograph from him, but he wouldn't sign it. Ugh, because the kid was entitled. Oh, dirty. I hear John Cena doesn't sign autographs, which I get it. I mean, I get it in a way. He does do when you're wrestling, it's like a lot of sacrifice you're doing. You shouldn't just give stuff away, because once you give something away, it has less value. Sometimes it has more value depending on the individual, but the overall value of something is reduced when you just give it away. If you just give it to everybody, what does it make it worth? It makes it worth less. Not worthless, worth less. Becky and Seth are hanging out a lot too. They've been on a roll. They have been on a roll. They have been on a roll. Oh, okay. At one point, people are gonna stuff at him. Oh, throw stuff at him? Yeah, like, oh my gosh. I don't want to bring politics up, but there's that video last week of somebody supposedly throwing a cell phone at Trump, but it was like the worst throw like ever. There's like literally all the responses and tweets. Half the people are saying he threw the phone at him and it slipped out of his hands. And then the other half people are saying somebody was just excited and the phone they threw their phone up. I was like, oh my gosh, people, why is this a story? So, next up, we have Samoa Joe taking on Rey Mysterio in a match that you would have thought would have been the WrestleMania. Oh, wait. Oh, I don't have it here. Next week, or tomorrow. No, next week. Oh, we'll see. Are there any luchas on SmackDown right now? I don't think there are. So, who likes Dominic? I don't like Dominic. I feel Dominic is like, I feel like he has the same mindset that he had when Eddie Guerrero was trying to take him from Rey, 12 years ago. He's like got the same mindset. He just grew up. It's like Dominic grow up. At one point, cooking with Daniel Bryan, Earth Edition. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I might actually, I like my meat and stuff, but man, sometimes it's good to eat. I don't know when it comes to eating, if you eat the same stuff all the time, you end up plateauing. That's why sometimes I'll change up my diet just so my metabolism doesn't plateau. And yeah, that would be great. Let Daniel Bryan show me how to cook some stuff for a little while. So Mysterio ends up rolling up Samoa Joe and gets the pin, which was shocking. I didn't think Mysterio would win. I thought Dominic was going to come out and ruin something. But I think this whole thing, with Dominic coming out at the end and helping Rey Mysterio, put him up on his shoulders, made him big, I ultimately think that made Samoa Joe super mad. And now Samoa Joe's going to just kill Dominic. I feel they should call Samoa Joe the family member murderer or something, because he wants to kill everybody. So next up, they had the final moment of the night. Seth Rollins in this AJ Styles contract. So we got the AJ Styles up here again. The AJ Styles, what? And so let's do this. See, AJ Styles, I don't know what you all thought about AJ Styles this week. He made his appearance, so he gets 3 points for making his appearance, and then, whoo, that thing he did at the end when he did the phenomenal forearm off the top rope and hit Seth Rollins through the table. Ooh, that's a point. That's a big old spot right there. And so he only has 40. I don't know. To me, this whole segment between Seth Rollins and AJ Styles was just AJ Styles saying, "I'm the bigger brother," and then Seth Rollins was like, "I'm the little brother, but I got a championship. I'm better than you, big brother." I don't know. That's what I felt like, and I was like, "Okay, guys." It didn't feel genuine to me. Michael Cole, and then when Seth Rollins is like, "The ropes are not blue. That is not Tom Phillips. That's Michael Cole." People booed Michael Cole. I'm sorry to hear that about you, Michael Cole. Yeah, but the ref count was so long. I thought Joe. Oh yeah. Oh no, it was weird because so I had my laptop up. If you saw me on Twitter tonight, I was tweeting out pick screen caps as the show is going. So um my laptop's a couple seconds behind from the live feed, and I heard the countdown. I wasn't looking at the TV. I heard the countdown and I looked up and I'm like, oh, they counted them out. And then I looked down, but they were like right in the middle of the count out. But I was like, why is this count out taking so long? Yeah. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if Angel, he definitely turned his heel because for him to like turn around, because he turned around and he sucker punched Seth Rollins. So he definitely turned his heel, but I think I don't know if he was, that's what I'm saying. He was acting like the arrogant big brother. He seemed like he wanted to turn into a bad guy here and use the bad guy rage, but he didn't do, it was like the worst bad guy rage I've ever seen. AJ, you've been doing this for 16 years. You should have picked up one of those chairs and just smashed it over Seth Rollins. Or you should have taken his belt when he held it up, just taken his belt and just shoved it in his face. Oh, AJ, you let me down tonight. So, that does it for this week's The Raw Loaf. Well, burning down the kitchen with Seth Rollins, exclusively on the WWE Network. How would you say that, Kevin? You're saying that after all of your show ideas, and I like it. So it would be like cooking with Daniel Bryan, Earth Edition, exclusively on the WWE Network. Or it would be like burning down the kitchen with Seth Rollins on the WWE Network. That was me sucking on ramen or something. All right, so we got a couple people chatting, so we're going to have a trivia question. Answer the trivia question right. I will make some dumb little animated video for you. First one to tweet me the correct answer wins. All right. I got the cards up this time so you can't see them back. At the February 1996 In Your House, which, oh my God, I wish they would bring back. They should bring back In Your House when they gave away a house. Oh, they should have done it when there was that whole housing bubble collapse. They should have just bought a couple houses then, and then they could have just given them away, and it wouldn't have been a big loss. It would have been cheap. All right, sorry. And then at the February 1996, if you were smart, you'd already be pulling this up. In Your House, the first match was. Tweet the answer to me. You'll get a cool video or something. All right, cool. Well, thanks for tuning into the Raw Loaf. What did you all think of Raw tonight? If you haven't already, you can follow me on Twitter, like it on Facebook. Although Twitter is way much better. Facebook, I can't get behind Facebook. I just go on there and I put up, hey, I'm broadcasting live, because I don't know about that Facebook. You can use the Raw Loaf live. The Raw Loaf hashtag when you use when you tweet about the show. Oh my God, why did I brain fart right there? Yeah, when you tweet about the show, you can do that. Make sure to tune in tomorrow, right after SmackDown Live, where I'll be talking about SmackDown Live. I like these ideas for, you know what? That's something I should start compiling. WWE Network show ideas. Maybe you can I'll just make quick videos. Hey, look, WWE, look at all these shows you can do. But you're not doing them. I don't know. Maybe the wrestlers don't want to do them. Maybe we're all thinking too hard. But thanks for tuning into the Raw Loaf tonight. And we'll see you after SmackDown Live tomorrow. Whoop. I gotta go over here and turn it off because I don't have anything closer.